Welcome to Circle of Hearts Radio. Journey with Grandmother Allayah as she enters her magical world of relics, sacred sites, and ancient crystal skulls. Meet with exciting trailblazer authors and individuals shifting the consciousness of humanity. Send her your questions to be answered on air on her monthly segment, Ask the Oracle. And now your host, Grandmother Allayah, in the sanctuary on the airwaves on Om Times Radio.
Welcome to the Circle of Hearts Radio on Om Times Radio. I am your host, Allayah, for this hour. Today is a very special day on many levels. It is Wesak. The sun in Taurus full moon is the most powerful full moon of the year. The sun's transit through Taurus exalts the moon, and Taurus is ruled by Venus, the spiritual ruler of Earth. Venus is identified with Mary, the world mother. May, the month of Taurus, is the month of Mary. Venus appears in the west as the feathered serpent god, of course I can't say this, Quetzalcoatl, who brought enlightenment to the Mayans. In the east she is Maya, mother of the Buddha. Taking advantage of the powerful spiritual energies today of Wesak, the full moon on May 3rd, I welcome guests to the show for an hour of spontaneous discussion. Chief Golden Light Elk and Grandmother Chandra will share their messages about star beings, about the new crystal children. As an indigenous elder, Chief Golden Eagle offers a unique perspective on the topic of star people visitors. Grandma Chandra, a multidimensional being, overcomes severe physical challenges to telepathically provide healing and advice for removing obstacles for the Ascension through her beautiful mother's voice and soul, Cat. Welcome to the show. As I said, I have my own challenges, and today my mouth isn't working. I think I'm in awe here. So, Chief, let's start with you. How would you describe yourself or your soul path in bringing all this information to the world? Chief, do I have you here?
Oh, I thought you said cat.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, I told you, I had you pre-show. I'm totally blown by both of your energies here today. Chief.
Yay, thank you. Greetings to everyone that are in touch with this program and touch with your heart. I'm from the Yankton Sioux Reservation in the WICAHPI, the Yankton Sioux people in South Dakota. And my basic ingredient for what I'm doing is my ancestors, my teachers and my grandmas and grandpas in the spiritual realms, more or less, gave me the direction to help those relatives of the four directions, that they're coming, you help them. So what they gave me were tools that are called universal and spiritual laws of creation and that of universal mother and creator. So that's basically what I do, along with doing other earth ceremonies as well.
When did you, I know you started the Star Nation conferences. What inspired you? Because I know they're very well attended and with all your videos, you're bringing out a great deal of information to people.
Yeah, my ancestors, like I said, my grandfathers and grandmas asked me to do this, to put it out. So we created this place and space for people to come and to learn and to listen and to share. And, under the laws of attraction, those that are working with that vibration and that space of spirituality will be there. So, so we do what we are told to do, what we're asked to do, and what we're contracted to do in the spiritual realm. So we enjoy it, we love it, and because we meet none of our family, from all directions. They're all here, and we've known them in many lifetimes and many years, and name it, so we're still working together on many levels.
Yeah, is there a particular time of year that you have them, or those conferences in the physical? I know you have a lot. You have your own TV network.
Well, yeah, a lot of our ways are just natural through intuitions, and sometimes Grandma pops in, tells us where to go, what to do, what's good for this and that area. And I get a lot of direction from her and Kat, and because they're my relatives, they're my family, and they know a lot more than I could probably even fathom at times. So I love them, and my direction comes from those relatives that are in touch, with the laws of natural, cosmic, universal, and spiritual laws.
How did you meet? I mean, I know Grandma Chandra is going to be in the second half. How did you meet her?
Oh, we were at a conference in Sedona, and Scottsdale, and I spent the night at my niece's, and there was a knock on the door, and there was a beautiful woman standing there saying, "We're looking for a standing elk," and that was my name at that time.
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Well, I'm standing elk." So she said, "Well, my daughter wants to know who Standing Elk is, because he come to her and made her dance and singing to her and playing his drum and his flute, and she wants to know who the Standing Elk is." So of course she brought her in, and that's how I met her. She kind of like put me in a little space of what do they call it? A 0 point, So they introduced me into how they communicate, and it's so beautiful just being in their presence, and I've never changed that and never altered it, and it's still there. We're still together in many ways.
Before the short break coming up, you worked together with her and opening portals and doing a lot of grid work.
Right.
Right. How do you do that? I mean, is it all through meditation, or people that I'm asking this for people that really don't have a clue,
Right. And they still don't have a clue, even if you were to try to explain it, and because the comprehension is not a physical comprehension, nor is it a emotional comprehension. It's beyond outside the physical.
I was going to say it sounds absolutely fascinating, because I even know myself. I wouldn't understand. That's what I was going to bring up the subject. Now, when you do these videos, can be you're very visual on YouTube. Do you consider them teachings to all that wish to hear, or because you have so many subjects that's part of your path?
A lot of times when you give a lecture, there's always somebody recording this and recording that, and they put it on the internet. And a lot of it is, down to earth with our grandmothers and grandfathers was talking about and sharing. So this is what we share with everybody, and it's not us that are saying these. These are the quotes and the ideas and the formulas and the spiritual advice and all this that comes from our grandmas and grandfathers, that we worked with. So that I don't take any kind of honor for that, because it belongs to them. I'm just the voice, for a lot of our ancestors.
Well, I'm glad you are the voice, because, like I said, I spend a good portion of my morning listening to a lot of these videos, and you're really telling people to really get connected to the earth, to the Mother Earth, how she will help ground them and to purify them. I forgot which one that was. One of the videos either was about awakening or something, and it was really to get back to the ways that the mother has shown us, and to stop a lot of this materialism that people before happier. So this is pretty much the focal point of trying to get people to sharing these lectures that you give, to make them aware, to get them back centered, to, like you said, you bring the information of the ancestors through. But a lot of, let's say, countries out there that are listening, they have different cultures, but basically they still have the shamanic ways of getting back to the ways of the earth.
A lot of the information that we have is actually connected to cultures and not religions, but systems, spiritual systems from around the world. For instance, universal law of free will, which was one of the first ones that we taught in the beginning, was guarded by grandfathers from all races, all cultures, and the Arcturian people were the messengers for that, and also the ascended master that worked with that was Kuan Yin.
Oh, wow.
The spiritual freedom of man, the bear people, the cloud people, and also the one that you call Krishna is also a guardian of that law. And we have the laws of change with the grandmother's butterflies and the waters of life. The Bodhisattva is one of them. And Waicha, the fireflies and the guardians of the mind, and also Saint Germain works with that. Maitreya, the Pleiades, the whales, the grandmothers, the golden robes of house, and Archangel Michael. There's so many masters and messengers like the spider, Bigfoot, Buddha, the buffaloes, the Venus, Al Moria. We have the eagles or runs from Orion, the Nishtata, the blue eyes, the trees, the sun, even the clowns, the turtles, the Quetzalcoatl from down south, Gabriel, Corn Woman, the Buddha of truth. So there's so many messengers that work with this, from the earth people, from the star people, and the ascended mastery realms, such as the all people and
world. Om Times Radio, your conscious lifestyle on steroids. What if business could be fun? What if business is the adventure of living? What are you choosing? Where do you do business that makes it easier, more fun, or more joyful for you? We'd love to see where you do business. Connect with us on Instagram at Joy of Business or Twitter at Joy of Business, and share your pictures with hashtags Business Done Where and Joy of Business. Let's change the world with business.
Hi, my name is Monica and I'm the host of Co-Creating Now. Give yourself an opportunity to connect with your all-knowing higher self and manifest joy, love, and peace together every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern.
Matt Connerton here. Join Jen Coffey and I twice a week for Matt Connerton Unleashed, a political talk show that's a little different than what you're used to. No liberal or conservative agenda here, just an honest dialogue about truth and how things really work in the world of politics. Matt Connerton Unleashed, every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern on Om Times Radio.
Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of Om Times Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of Om Times. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community. Free your mind. Expand your soul. Om Times Radio. IOM FM.
Well, I'm back, and they really snuck that commercial break on us quickly. Chief, I think that's so important what you were talking about, about all the different cultures and all the different ascended masters that these lectures that, when you mention ancestors, it is such a huge combination. It isn't just indigenous ways. You have our star brothers and sisters, and you have from the ascended masters, Saint Germain, and all of them, and you bring it as a whole, which I know I really didn't conceive of. Like I don't know what I was really thinking. When I was thinking of you, I was thinking, okay, we're going to bring in many of the indigenous information, elder information. So you really opened my eyes, that it's very worldwide, cultural, plus, starborn information coming through to help us. Now, in this last short segment, like I said, the show is too short for me, but if you had a video about your dream or what you would like to see happen on this planet, can you talk something about that and sort of a message to the people out there, what your vision is?
Well, like I said, my dream and vision is not any different than anybody else that has the opportunity to, create a difference on Mother Earth. And we have so much to do, and a lot of our dreams and visions are blocked because of influence that doesn't belong here, And this is what we're trying to tell people, is that there's a duality that we chose to experience and to dissolve, and this is the place to do it on Mother Earth. So when we're able to let everybody know that, hey, we got to dissolve this element of fear in our system. It's not natural and original to Mother Earth, and it's the part of this duality called unconditional love and the opposite, fear. And this was the unconditional love planet. The whole world was Eden. And we got infiltrated, and we're still being infiltrated and programmed to walk, talk, breathe, this and that for a system that is not original to this Mother Earth. So we have to work with that fear. So in order to get past that, we got to get rid of our fears in order for it to be successful and picking up our sacred responsibility to help with our purpose and our mission and be successful. So when we leave Mother Earth, we could smile and we could party on the other side and say, hey, we done it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's so much, I had mentioned to you before, there's so much information. I mean, the media catches up slowly with us. But you have these programs of ancient aliens or UFOs. Do you think they has a good purpose, or in bringing this information out, or do you think in some ways it's a little detrimental? The
entertainment people are really in a lot of cahoots with creating issues of don't trust. And they use the word alien all the time, Mm-hmm. And of course we don't like that because they're our family and they have a lot to put up. They have a lot to, they put up with a lot of stuff, and they have a lot of patience. But just dissolving the mainstream American thought patterns of using the term alien would separate, so much. They're highly intelligent people, coming from star systems that we haven't even figured out how to travel in space yet, They're able to come here in a few seconds from a system that's beyond our reach in many of our lifetimes. And so there's a lot of propaganda put out to them, the probes and the anal probes and blah, 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 and it's all pretty funny, but people believe so much of it that it really distorts the truth of what's really there, So it's a big battle keeping up with the truth of things. So I don't like that. All my teachers were from over there, from the Pleiades, mm-hmm. And our whole system, Native American system, is built on the teachings of the Pleiades, and those are considered our grandmothers, the Seven Sisters, and we just don't like people calling our grandmothers aliens. They're beautiful, beautiful, very beautiful people. And so it's a chore, of ignorance and on certain parties, but we got to put up with it and we get through it.
How do you think?
Part of the plan.
So how do you think we could change it? I mean, making information aware, and I think people are starting to recognize things on a better level. I mean, I had one of my mentors when I first became starting to get aware of things. It always reminded me, he goes, we're all stardust.
Right.
You know, we're all, come from the heart of the universe. And if we can get more information out there in the media, presenting it,
Well, the media is pretty much controlled by trilateral commission, so it's very hard to really get. It has to be done on a different level,
I think that's why your videos and even, having, like which is a beautiful portal of information, having people who are heart-centered listening, to you and to Grandma Chandra. I think you open their hearts, and maybe eventually things will change. There'll be more people saying we want, different, get after the media. And because the internet radio, which I think more awakened people listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not being judgmental. I'm just seeing it detached. That I think we can get the messages across through this, this type of media, and also, like, the videos you have, the teachings that you put out there. So
I feel that you basically said what needed to be said, and that's to open up your heart, follow your heart, That's where a lot of the answers are, because it gets into a knowing, So like Piscean age is all about thinking, and knocking the feminine world apart because of the feminine ways of doing things. It's a masculine age. We're into Aquarian age now, and we're the women are standing up. We have no other choice but to listen and support our women folk, because they've been supporting us for the last, 2,000 years. So we have to listen to the women folk, and we've been telling the men this, that there's no way out of this, but to listen, don't honor the women folk, go back to that system, because it works. It works, listening to your grandmas and your your mothers, and name it. They're all beautiful, and they don't teach you wrong. They don't have that opportunity or even the energy and the frequency to teach you wrong. So we start listening to our women folk, stand with them, support them 100% and beyond that.
Yeah,
so just by keeping the heart open.
Yeah, I think that's so important that you brought out, because a lot of people are recognizing, the dualistic nature, that you need the balance of the male-female. I think when the female is more or less brought up or supported by the male, then together they can both work to create change in a more balanced way.
Mm-hmm.
So people are becoming aware, and it's like through your messages and messages of Grandma Chandra and many other wisdom keepers. I was trying to sit there, thinking there's so many that are starting to now become more vocal and use the media to express themselves.
Right. I have dreams about making movies in order to keep the messages moving, but we got to get the right people that have the same dream to help with the cause, So throwing it out there, those that have a camera or have some special way of doing things that I don't understand that will work for the benefit of humanity, I'm all for that.
Yeah, I'm going to get hold of you personally later on that. There's a woman. Okay. I said, I'm going to get hold of you by email.
All right.
Later, there's a woman producer out there in Canada. She made a movie called The Bridge Walkers, and it has elders from all the way from Alaska and Canada, etc. And she's creating films, doing this things you want to see. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to try to connect you two, and maybe she can figure out something to help you get started in that. getting that part of your dream going.
Yeah, that sounds beautiful.
So, like I said, we're almost at the section, 15 minutes are almost up on this part.
Okay. All right. I thank you for your time and giving me this precious moment. And
I hope
you'll enjoy Grandma Chandra, and I'll be listening and see if she says everything right.
Yeah, and you just keep on doing this. And I hope that, I know you have a very, very busy schedule, but sometime in the rest of the year, maybe I can get you on for an hour, but just having your voice on for this short half hour, I think it's wonderful. And I'm very grateful, that we were able to, connect you. And I think people will find it exciting. They're listening from more or less overseas. And, I have on the Om Times page, media page, I have a whole bunch of links and all your videos so that people can find out more about your vision.
Mm.
So I'm really thankful. And, so like it's, you know what I mean. I'm very, very grateful that, you graced us with this presence this today, and always follow your heart.
Mm-hmm. Same with you. Thank you for doing.
I thank you too, Chief. And let's say now they should be entering our break soon, so we're going to just kind of take a deep breath, and then we're going to introduce you to Grandma Chandra and Kat. Okay. And they've been my cheerleader in this, whole thing here of, keeping me saying, okay, it's going to work. It's going to work. And you know what? She's right. It did work. So the next half hour will be concentrating on Kat and Grandma Chandra and learning a little bit about them and hearing their voices. We'll be back in a few.
Taking a radio station break.
Bringing you the best of the conscious minds in the world. Om Times Radio. Your conscious lifestyle on steroids. The number one reason girls drop out of school in sub-Saharan Africa is lack of access to feminine hygiene products. The Pads for Schoolgirls Project, an outreach of Humanity Healing International, is changing this paradigm by setting up sewing programs at schools, teaching girls a vocational skill, while producing the reusable pads that help keep them attending classes. The girls pay it forward by making and giving pad kits to other girls in need. To learn more, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is. Join Elliot Jollish, the business therapist, each Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern for the Elliot Jollish Hour, as he interviews business experts on your behalf. And you're invited to email your business questions to questions@ecjgroup.com for answers, live, on air every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern on the Elliot Jollish Hour.
Hi, this is Sylvia Henderson, intuitive life coach and energy healer. Are you ready to elevate and rise way above your normal? Be sure to listen to my show, Intuitive Transformations, on Om Times Radio, Sunday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern. Get the inspiration you need to transform your life.
Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. Om Times Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single Om Times endeavor. Host your show with Om Times Radio Network. Free your mind. Expand your soul. Om Times Radio. IOM FM.
Well, we're back, and now we're going to talk to Kat and Grandma Chandra. Now, what's interesting is I really believe Grandma Chandra orchestrated this whole show here. Kat, how would you actually describe your daughter?
Well, Grandma Chandra is a multi-dimensional being, and she came to this planet as in a very disabled body, and the reason that she did that is she says this way she was not a threat to anyone, and she could do the work that she came to do, and without, setting off anyone's fear. Because as you know, that when we don't understand things, normally there's a lot of fear. But if people see somebody who appears to be severely disabled, they just usually ignore them. And that's what happens.
I was going to say, I was looking at one of your videos today about soul contracts. Did you ever I know you've considered this, but how you two contracted together for you to be her physical voice and caretaker?
Yes. This is Grandma. She's talking now. She's going to take over. I'm going to be the translator.
Okay.
Okay, honey? So this is Grandma now. Yes. This was our contract many lifetimes ago when we were on the planet Maldek, which is now just an asteroid belt. We made this contract that we would be together in this lifetime in order to help with planetary ascension. My mission in life is to contact all of those who have master numbers in their birth dates, because these are the people that belong in my soul group. And it's very easy to find out if you have a master number in your birth date. If anybody is interested in knowing this, I will send a free paper that has all the master numbers so they can tell if they have master numbers in their birth dates. I believe there is a video on YouTube about this that they can see also. Master numbers are double numbers. Just remember that. And they do not have to be side by side. So if someone is born in January, you know that is the first month. And if they are born on the 21st day, the 1 of the 21 is another 1. So you already have an 11 in your birthday. And if you are born in the year 2000, then you have a 22. The 2 from the 21, January 21st, and the 2 from the year 2000. So it doesn't have to be the 11th month for you to have a master number in your birthday. And there are millions of people, millions of you, and you are all part of my soul group. And my mission is to awaken you for ascension. Oh, I have to interrupt Chandra, and I have to tell you guys something hilariously funny. We've been doing this work for 15 years, and in 15 years' time, all the readings, all the connections we've made with people, we have never made a connection or done a reading for anyone that did not have a master number in their birthday. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, because she really does. I had told you that she got in my head. I have my birth date is 3/11. Okay, so I have the 11 number, and she wouldn't let go.
Yeah.
She really wouldn't. After I was talking the initial email to you, she's in my head. I see her hands moving. And I'm going, okay, what's this all about? And then after I'm reading more information, I'm going, since she was a little one, she always communicated with the Sanskrit, the hand movements.
Yes, the mudras. Yes.
Yeah, so
exactly.
I was going to say, I thank her for connecting me, but boy, she's persistent.
She's a double Aries, Cancer rising. That might tell you something for those of you who are into astrology. When she was 3 months old and they told me that she was mentally retarded and I should institutionalize her, I didn't believe it because she was doing mudras with her fingers, the sacred Sanskrit signs like Om and the signs for universal intelligence. And I thought, no, something's wrong here. I don't care what they are saying.
Right.
Anybody who's doing mudras. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's something more that's going on there. So actually, Did you have a sense of her coming? Because you know how they say
I'm sorry?
sometimes, did you have a sense of her coming when you were expecting? Because they say sometimes the mothers.
Linda? Linda, is that you talking?
No,
Oh,
that's why I'm listening myself. I'm going,
oh,
okay, this is really good.
because it's not us.
Okay, we have a visitor. Yeah, I thought, I thought that was, I'm wondering, gee, is that her voice? Well, I don't know what's going on
That's
here.
very interesting. Okay, whoever it is, they have to mute their microphone. Okay. Anyway, yes, two things happened. From the moment that I felt life, which was around 3 months, every time I closed my eyes to meditate, I was blasted by the color violet. So I knew that she was going to be a violet ray child. And there were 2 books. Now, I read books and I give them to other people, or I, donate them or whatever. I never keep books, except, books that are very, very special to me. But usually I just read books and pass them on. And I could not stop reading these 2 books. These were the only 2 books I read during the entire pregnancy. One was the autobiography of a yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I've read that one too.
Yeah. And the other one was The Life of Krishnamurti. And these 2 were masters, master teachers and masters in their own rights. And
Right.
I just over and over and over. So I had a clue that this kid was going to be a master and a powerhouse. And of course, her father was a Sufi master of Afghanistan. So that was another clue. Then when we had a conscious conception, we were on a ship and the dolphins followed us for 5 days. That was like the 3rd or 4th clue. So
Okay.
I knew, yeah, she was going to be very, very, very special, but I had no idea.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I really admire the work. I know you're her physical voice and physical caretaker, and that's a really, really big responsibility.
Yeah.
To get her message out, and just to also, live your life. So, I have great admiration
What
for your
life?
soul work. Well, what can I tell you? When she allows it,
No,
right?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I also write books and teach and do other things. I had a practice for 20 some years, so no, I'm joking.
No,
But
I know that, but I know
yeah,
what you're
the
saying.
main life
I
is
know.
getting her message out. You're right. The main life is getting her message out.
So, I know on some of the questions we were looking at, what does if she has a chance, I know we're only going to briefly talk about this till next commercial. What does she want to bring out? The new children that are coming through, or the work with the dolphins and the whales?
Well,
That's why.
ask her directly, hon.
Okay, Grandma. Chandra. Which one would you like to present information to the people that you feel that's so important in your heart that people start recognizing? The new children that are coming through, that are being incarnated now, for Ascension processes, or the work with the dolphin and the whales, that information.
New children, new children.
Okay.
Okay. So we can start talking about new children until we get the commercial break.
And then
Yes.
And then we'll continue that after the
commercial. Yes. New children, new children. I want to remind people that most of us who are living on this planet who are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old are new children.
Really?
We are new children, but we have been shut down because at those times, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years ago, people did not recognize this. And that is why we were told we were making things up or that was silly. And we were shut down and told not to behave like that, or not, no, there were no such things. No, there wasn't a person next to you. No, there were no such things as fairies. That's just make-believe. But it really wasn't. We were the new children. We were. And we have to acknowledge that within ourselves, and we have to connect with that. My mother was a new child. That's why the so-called new children today are coming through the new children of the past. And we must acknowledge ourselves for who we truly are, because that will help the new children that are coming in today.
Wow. I mean, I never heard that before. I mean, it makes so much sense. It's like one of those aha moments, and all seriously, so there's still hope for me.
Maybe.
Oh, gee, thanks. I plan to be an immortal, live forever.
You bet. That was Kat. That wasn't Chandra. I just had to interject that.
That's okay. That's okay. It's good to laugh.
Yes.
No, what bothers me with, I mean, like, I so agree that even when I see it myself, I shut down. I was very aware when I incarnated. And I constantly shut down because of not fitting in. And so many people say the same thing, that they shut down, they didn't fit in. And, it's been years, and they're just starting to come out again. But what bothers me is all the children who are coming in now. Now, the parents should have learned, do not shut these children down. Right. But what they do is they're medicating them, because if something's different, the child is very sensitive. Yeah. Well, let's put a label on them. Let's put some kind of medicine. And I really think this information, that she can bring through on this is so important.
Yes, exactly. What are you saying about that, G-Mom? Yes, 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 yes.
All right, we're going to hold on to the commercial.
Okay.
Bringing you the best of the conscious minds in the world. Om Times Radio, your conscious lifestyle on steroids. Are you trying to get from point A to point B and need a little advice? Connect with the counselors at Om Times Advisors. Whether you're looking for a life coach or a spiritual intuitive, the advisors participating at advisors.omtimes.com were carefully chosen based on their gifts, skills, and professionalism. Om Times Advisors, connecting you with the best advisors in the business.
The truth is, you can't change the world if you're broke. I know, I tried. Isn't it time you turned your life's calling into a profitable, freedom-based business? I'm Michelle Barr. Join me every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern for Sacred Success.
Hi, this is Angela Levesque, host of Entanglement Radio. Join me Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern for inspiring conversations with visionaries in spiritual science and conscious healing. Entanglement Radio, Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern. Transcendent talk for the conscious mind.
Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of Om Times Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of Om Times. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community. Free your mind. Expand your soul. Om Times Radio. IOM FM.
Well, we're back, and I'm really looking forward to what Grandma Chandra has to say on this, because this is really important.
Yes, 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 yes. I want to talk about the two spirals. There are two spirals that have been going on for eons. One spiral is the third dimensional spiral. It will continue to go on forever until it spirals itself out. And this is where we see all the murder, the rapes, the wars, all the crimes committed against humanity. This is the third dimensional spiral. This is the dualistic spiral. We have another spiral. This spiral has been going on for eons, but it has only been made manifest in the last 15, 20 years, where people have gained consciousness. There are so many light workers on the planet that we have tipped the scales now. So we will not have the cataclysms that we have had predicted. All of these things, yes, we will have things happen. This is no doubt, but it will not be so cataclysmic that it will take us all out and off the planet. How does this relate to the new children? Those new children that are coming in are our teachers and leaders to show us the way. Some of them will be caught in the third dimensional spiral. Some of them will be labeled. Some of them will be given drugs because this is the old paradigm. However, there are tremendous amounts of new schools opening up. Waldorf schools have been more accepted. Montessori schools have been more accepted. There are new schools that have been opening all the time. When I was going to school, we had a revolution here. When I was 12 years old, we had a revolution in Arizona, and many charter schools opened because children who were not disabled could not fit into the regular school system here, and they were failing. So they opened up charter schools. And in the charter schools, many children were able to succeed, and I was one of them. I attended Arizona State University's Gifted Children's Program, and I was the only disabled person in that program. So this is what happened. And this is what is happening. So it's more and more open. Even if you cannot get your child into a charter school that's progressive, at least start an advanced conscious playgroup. Get together with other parents and start an advanced conscious playgroup.
What does she think about?
Ask her directly.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Grandma
People do that. It's okay, honey.
Grandma Chandra, like I said, what had bothered me is parents that aren't educated, to, the energies and the children coming in, they're labeling them and they're stifling them, I think, with the medications. And what do you think? How can we rectify this? The charter school, but I'm concerned, worried about the medications.
Yes, but I just said that. There are two individual spirals. You have to remember that every child has chosen his or her parents. They have chosen to come in a certain way. They have chosen to be in a certain way. They have chosen their parents. So you have to remember this. This is their choice. And they will evolve with those parents in the way that they are supposed to evolve.
I got it. Yeah, now
I just want to say that I love you, and I am very grateful you allowed me. Yeah, that you allowed me to speak on this program, and I am very excited because I will see Chief Golden Light Eagle soon, and we do a lot of work on the other dimensions as well as presentations together also. And I like to play many tricks on him.
Well, like I said,
okay.
Yeah, he knows. The other day he was here and he tried. Yeah. He was doing something about he was trying to have this new he signed up for this new system that he was going to put all his email addresses in or something, and then all of a sudden the whole system wouldn't let him in, and he couldn't understand what was happening. And it was Grandma, because she already uploaded all of his stuff for him, so he didn't have to do it.
Yeah, she is something. She really is.
Of an eye.
Yeah, because I've had people. I have a friend who's in Belgium,
yes.
And I think you were there a while ago, and she was talking about Grandma Chandra, and such awe, and even on the videos, listening, to the sessions that you have with people. It's just such an experience. And then just my own little experience of how she got in my head and wouldn't let go. And it's like, okay, even I was telling Kat a few minutes before that, I was very nervous about this, and I kept on hearing Grandma Chandra go, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. But, with Kat knows I send 55 emails. I was worried about it. But no, what about the dolphins? Because I wanted, Grandma Chandra, I really like to get some of that information out. I think I wrote on my notes that you co-partnered a book on it, if I have it right, or...
Yes, she's one of 18 authors. It's called Dolphins and Whales Forever.
Okay.
And she's one of 18 authors. You can find it on Amazon.com. It's an Amazon.com bestseller. And she's got her own chapter in there. All the chapters are amazing. The people's experiences with these mammals are just totally amazing. And, of course, Grandma's got her own experience and her own story in there. So, yeah, that would be something that people who are interested in dolphins and whales, want to pick up that book. You want to say anything else? I am working on a new project with the whales. I will tell you more about it as it unfolds.
Okay.
Also, an app of my work is going to come out probably in late May or early June. Yeah. So I can work with people through my app, which will be for iPhone and Android. So
wow.
I won't have to do so much interface with readings and things.
Yeah, she's really getting out there.
Yeah.
I said we have to catch up with her.
Yeah. Start running.
Yeah, I was grateful I finally got on Skype, and she's talking about apps. I'm like, I just got a smartphone.
Don't feel bad. I still have a dumb phone, so.
Oh well, look, I just turned 66. I just finally got a smartphone.
You broke down, huh?
I broke down. Yeah, I'm still working on it. But anyway, I noticed on one of the videos you had the beautiful. Maybe it was someone on the soul contracts. The beautiful idea of the background of the dolphins is this, Grandma? Is this part of your energy that gives you that sense of freedom? Because every time I see the dolphins, I just got the feel of freedom. Movement, air, extending yourself.
Okay, so I'm sorry. So you're asking her if that's part of her energy? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. This is me in another form. I can go into many forms and appear to people in many forms, as a whale, as a dolphin. Oh, yeah. As a tall young woman. Yeah, that's one of her gifts. She's able to appear as many, many, many forms.
Yeah, no, that's. Grandma, I know you have more ideas about the whales and stuff, but I just got the sense that this is just the beginning for you. That you have so many projects that you're bringing up.
Yes.
Don't ask me. I was going to laugh. I said, "Don't ask me where that came from," but it was just. I think she's in my head again.
Yes.
So it's so this is really interesting.
Well, either in your head or in Chief's head. Take your pick.
So that's even better. Well, Lisa, we're doing this because I know I have a website and things that I have that I'm going to really try to promote both, you and the Chief's work on this, because it's so much part of what people need to be aware of right now. Yeah. So I'm I know we're running down. Grandma, do you have any kind of special message, for the people out there? A message of love?
Yes. Keep your vibration high. Do not take your eye off what you want to achieve. Make up your mind. Your mind is the most powerful tool that you have. This is what we need to use. We need to use our minds. If we declare something, it will be so. Do not veer from the path, no matter what is going on around you. Just say, this is what will happen, and it will happen. I'll give you guys an example, a real current example. Okay, so we said we're going to refinance our house, and Chandra, we had several companies, and Chandra picked the company. Now, we refinanced our house before, and it takes 3 to 4 weeks to refinance a house. Okay, so now it's 5 weeks. Now it's 6 weeks. So now we're like, wait a minute, maybe this company is not good, maybe they're whatever, and, we're getting all freaked out, my husband and I, da-da-dee-da-da-dee-da-da. We call up the company, we start calling all the officers. Chandra's, no, Mom, they're going to come through. Then they say they're coming through on a certain date. They don't come through. We don't hear from them. Oh, that's it. These people must be da-da-da-da. Nope. Bingo. They're coming through tomorrow.
Wow.
She's right. She says, no. Just like she told you. Don't worry. Everything will be okay.
Yeah, believe me. Thank you.
Yeah,
I think...
Can't take our eyes off the goal. When we take our eyes off the goal, no matter what's happening around us, we're going to keep our eyes on the goal.
I thank you both for being on the show, and I'll be in touch with you privately. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.